Okay, so did just see France pull out one of the biggest wins out of their backside today, and oh my word, what a bloody performance! So I don't know if you guys watched it. Definitely go through, watch the highlights because what a spectacular game! It had all, it had everything you want. It had ups, downs, tries, bloody injuries. It had everything of the sort. All right. So before we break into it, please like and subscribe. And hopefully this video does give you the confidence to give me a subscription of yours, in which case I'll be greatly appreciative. But let's break this down. All right. So we start off with Ireland. They were so brilliant early on. Yes, they conceded a lot of stupid fouls. They got sin bin twice for unnecessary stuff, and it just it shocked me. Now, France, yes, they were not perfect either. And this the first half was very much a team of well, it was very much a half of two teams that were really struggling to break each other down, and it was very much a back and forth. Both teams were trying to put as much pressure on. We saw a lot of a kicking game from Ireland, especially in the likes of Prendergast and Osborne, but they really, really struggled. We didn't see too much of Bandiaki. He was pretty silent. We didn't see too much of Van der Fleer. He was pretty silent too. Um, they were able to nullify a lot of Ireland, and if it wasn't for the late tries that they got in the back end of the second half, we would have probably seen it be 42-13. So all in all, it was a relatively poor performance from Ireland, and you got to think because of two yellow cards, they were down half an hour in a game with one man down, right? And again, a lot of these were completely unnecessary. So don't get me wrong, we did have a lot of fire. We had a lot of energy. We saw glimpses from Nash. We saw glimpses from Mac, not Mac Hansen, um, Jamie Osborne. Well, I don't, my bloody brain just completely went there. Jamie Osborne, Henshaw. We saw flashes, but we didn't get, the full experience, if that makes sense. And honestly, I put it down to France. Everybody was talking about how Ireland is going to do this, Ireland's going to do that. And don't get me wrong, I was on that bandwagon. I was certain it was going to be such a tight game up until the later stages of the game, and then Ireland would come back and get a late try. Now, to a certain degree, I was correct in the aspect of they got a late try, but the game was long, long done. This is what I say. Like the first half was pretty good. The first half it was relatively tight, and thinking, okay, look, Anton Dupont, he got injured, which is just like wow. And to think France actually did better after Antoine Dupont got injured than before he got injured. So that was kind of surprising. But I digress. Ireland just did not show up to the game today. And it was frustrating to see because I was really, really hoping to see a grand slam from Ireland. And now everything has been thrown into doubt. Now it's opened up for a lot of teams to potentially, come through. Yes, we could potentially see France come through with a win. We could see even England potentially win in the event that everything falls in their favor. But Ireland, they really struggled with the intensity of France. France were playing the ball out so quickly, and we saw the likes of Biel Biarré, who was just electric today. He was breaking records. Nobody could touch him. Everything he touched just turned into pure gold. And this kid is 21 years old. He's got, well, I think after this, he's got 18 caps with like 19 tries. something ridiculous. This guy is breaking records left, right, and center. And if you look at these backs, they are scary, like really, really scary. But Ireland were making stupid mistakes, a lot of stupid mistakes, which is something you don't normally tend to see Ireland do. And again, I do tip this to how France played, because again, you saw a difference come when France brought on what I think it was five forwards come come the 50th minute, and then we see how things started to change, and Ramos was just on point. His boot was just pure bliss. His boot was just pure bliss. There's nothing you could have stopped that guy from. He was carrying the ball. He was gaining meters like there was no tomorrow. All of his plays were working out. And it just felt like France got into that rhythm. And this is what I say. Once France get into their rhythm, they are practically unbeatable. France in their rhythm are able to beat any single side in the world, whether it's the Springboks, the All Blacks, whoever it is. You look at these backs, you look at those forwards. We saw the smashes um, that the French were doing. They were terrifying up and down the field. And then any point that they got that ball to BLBRA, all we saw was just genius, pure genius. The guy, he knows how to utilize his pace so well. It is scary. And we saw it, I think it was for his second try, um, where the ball came out to him wide. And he saw that he was being surrounded by players, but he saw just that little gap relatively close to the posts. Perfect punt, boom, and then just using his pure electric pace to beat everybody. Even Lady Luku, who was there trying to steal that try from him, which I found to be pretty funny. And obviously, I don't think he did it intentionally. They just wanted to get that ball down, but still, it was just there. It was just pure fire. There was nothing that could have stopped BLBRA. But then again, it really felt like that was the theme of the day. Mofana was destructive, just absolutely destructive. Boudahan was destructive. He got a try as well, 47th minute. Aldred, destructive. Jagu literally came on and is like, look, hold my drink. Try. Boom. Impact players. Everything that they did, the way Galtier set up his squad was perfect. It was perfect. And there was a lot of people doubting the 7-1 split, saying there's too much of a big risk. Oh, what would happen if one of your biggest players got injured? As an example, Antoine Dupont. And I think Galtier just kind of slapped everybody in the face and just said, sit down, you know, shut up, and I know what I'm doing. And quite obviously, he does. He just managed to pull off a giant win over Ireland, who were steamrolling through everybody, who everybody was tipping to win the Grand Slam. And I think it was that game up against England that put everybody in doubt as to the ability of France and how they're able to handle that pressure. And again, Galtier just sat everybody down and gave them a lesson on attacking rugby. And we saw that just pure pressure, that quick play into Mac was just like he was slick. He was so slick today. So all in all, brilliant, brilliant performance from Ireland. So brilliant performance from France. They deserved every single second of it. But taking that into consideration, honestly, I feel the way France were playing, Ireland were actually a little bit lucky to get off this easy. They could have gone for they could have gone for the jugular and just killed them off. Don't get me wrong, Ireland played well, and yes, Ireland did put in 2 late tries, which definitely did help them, gain on some points, but too little, too late. big mention though, Kean Healy getting himself a try in the 78th minute. Like, how amazing is that? The guy deserves, yes, it's not going to be the fairy tale, grand slam to end his career, but to get a try up against France in quite possibly one of your last games in a green shirt, I would say he should be proud for everything that he's done for his country, everything that he's done, in the build up. Yes, he's probably not going to get much more playtime, and honestly, in the next game, I think everybody knows. Look, that Grand Slam hope is out the window. Let's just go and give some people a chance, right? Give Omani his final game. Give Kian Healy his final game. Let them start. Let them be applauded off the off the field with pride, knowing what they've done for their country and how well that they served it. So yeah, as a breakdown, 3 tries from Ireland. Dan Sheehan on the 43rd minute, Cian Healy on the 78th, and then Jack Conan on the 81st. Prendergast converting all the tries and then getting himself 2 penalties. Prendergast is one player that we actually didn't have too much to say about because he actually had a relatively solid game, and I was actually quite happy with him. The way he composed himself, he didn't have a spectacular game, but his game was good enough to merit, some good words. And then France, 2 tries from BLBRA, just pure fire. 21st minute, 50th minute. Boudahan, he got 1 try in the 47th minute. Jegu got a try on the 59th minute. And then Damien Penaud on the 75th minute. And just what a spectacular game that was. And I think it was Sam Prendergast that was chasing Penaud down. And it just reminded me of Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. Just like Damien Penaud looking back, like, "Oh, where are you? Where are you? Where are you?" And you just couldn't catch him. There was no way you catching him. No way in hell that you're catching him from there. So brilliant, brilliant try. But I think that kind of sums up the second half of Ireland in that one try. That sums it up on how tired they were, how much the energy they put into it, how much they tried to attack and just have things fall out of their hands and just have a clean break like that. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. Ramos converting, I believe he converted 4 tries. Yeah, so I think he missed the first conversion and then he banged in the rest. To be fair, France did kind of make it easy for him. And then 3 penalties from Ramos. So my overall takes on the game, France deserved to win this 100%. And as much of a big Ireland fan I am, and it's hard to see this result because honestly, I thought it would be closer. But considering the way the game played out, I feel this is exactly how it needed to be. Exactly how it needed to be. But let me know what your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. I want to hear from you guys, and I want to hear. Do you think this game played out? Do you think this game played out pretty well? I know there were a couple controversial. There were a couple controversial decisions by the ref as well. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think the ref had a pretty good game? Honestly, his decision making, how he handled the game, how he handled the players. I think it was pretty. I think he did a pretty good job. In the grand scheme of things. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And what a bloody game! We Whoa, what a day of rugby we had, and we still have tomorrow as well, England versus Italy, which I am pumped for. So, guys, please like and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow. And catch you guys in the next one. Bye.